As France commemorates 70 years since the end of World War II, it remains totally silent about the parallel 70th anniversary of one of its blackest colonial crimes, the Setif massacres. Algerians remember May 8, 1945, as the day France embarked on a horrific state-ordered campaign of carnage which aimed to send a clear message about who was in charge. The Setif massacres began when French police fired on a parade celebrating the end of the war. Ensuing riots killed 103 French colonists, provoking a hugely disproportionate response, a 2-week spree of murder, rape, and mutilation, and the bombing of Algerian towns.
45,000 Algerians were killed simply for demonstrating in favor of liberty, democracy, and the end of war that they helped to win. They learned very quickly that France had no intention of keeping the promises it made during World War II.
Last year, President François Hollande formally apologized for a similar massacre in Senegal, but France always seems to have more trouble owning up to the facts of its Algerian occupation.
Despite all the well-known facts about these crimes, France has refused to open up its archives on the subject. However, it is only very recently that groups have begun to lobby for this right to honesty, and they will eventually succeed.
France must officially recognize these massacres and crimes. This will permit the two countries to finally rebuild relations and on a firm base of cooperation and respect.
The massacre marked a major turning point in Franco-Algerian relations. Returning war veterans saw that France had no intention of granting human rights to Algeria, and the tragedy was an indication of the bloodletting to come during Algeria's war of independence. While World War II was no doubt difficult for France, to say the least, it does not grant them the right to amnesia 70 years later, because failing to acknowledge such crimes only increases the chances of repeating them. Rami Mazaheri, Press TV, Paris.